Hey, welcome back to another edition of Everything Football 62. I'm your host, Jonathan Big Tex Johnson, a.k.a. Uncle Tex, a.k.a. Professor Tex. Smash that like button, subscribe to the page. Got any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below. We can talk about it and whatnot and stuff like that. Share with a friend, whatnot. And we can go ahead and get it on right now. Listen, man, I saw earlier this morning when I was up, 5, 6 o'clock this morning, and I had saw what Chris Carter was talking about Anthony Richardson, and I have been critical of him since he's coming out of the University of Florida and whatnot. So the thing of it is, and I've talked about this quite a few times with my partner and stuff like that. You know, a lot of jokers will sit up and say, "Oh, well, that's just how it is. This is that and the other." But I don't think that's the way it's supposed to be. Whether that's meaningful or not doesn't really matter, but that is the way I feel. Anthony Richardson, who came out, I think, the 2022 draft and everything. And I'm like, watched a lot of SEC football. I got the SEC channel. I seen nothing. Just like at the end of the day, and to be fair, I didn't see anything in Daniel Dimes Jones. Again, Duke is a basketball school, not a football school. Last real serious pro that had come out there was a Sonny Jurgensen, who's a Hall of Famer. Last wide receiver, I forget the cat. He played for the Colts, light-skinned cat with some green eyes and stuff like that. Can't remember his name off the top of my head. But it might be some others here and there. But I'm like, to go number 4, I think it was pick number 4 in the 2022 draft. And I'm like, where? Let's do it. Let's delve into this, because this is where I do my thing at over here. You know, as you guys well know, when we talk about him, so if I go over to Anthony Richardson's, this is this guy here. He went in 2020 in Florida. Played in 4 games, had 1 completion for 2 yards, one completion, 2 attempts, 13.5, 1 touchdown, 1 in. 2021, didn't start, played in 8 games, started 1 game, 0-1. I think he got hurt, 38-64, 59%, 529, 6 touchdowns, 5 picks. Now, his whole year that he actually played a full season, they go 6-6, 176 for 327, 2,549 yards, 17 touchdowns, 9 picks, with a 53.8. His career completion percentage is 54.7. What are we talking about here? Come on, what are we talking? 54.7? But he's 6'4", 235. I don't care. He doesn't play tight end. My quarterbacks don't need to be no more than about 225 pounds. If you're 6'6", 235, 245, 250, 235, 245, Justin Herbert. At best, and that's lean, because that's 6'6". Cam Newton, that's lean. That's 6'5", 6'6". 6'6", 250, that's lean. My man's built like an outside linebacker or a middle linebacker if you want. What has he done? This is his college career. There was a time in football, where it was like it's like you had a college career. That what you did based upon your college career in playing football, or any sport for that matter, mattered. Not because of what you did in some silly drills at a combine and you liked the way he looked. This is why GMs should get their asses fired left and right. This is it. So I was trying to figure out, even back then a few years ago, I'm like, what did this kid do? So I delved into some shit, before I did this show. And I was like, and I delved into it back during that time there. I'm just like, what did he do? See, that's why I have the issue. This is Jamarcus Russell 2.0, whether you want to agree with it or not. And even Jamarcus Russell was Davey O'Brien award winner, if I'm not mistaken. I can go to him right now. BCS National Championship, he had one of those. Manning Award, 06. First team All SEC. I'll give him that. You look at his years, every year he improved. And in his senior year, 06 or whatever, or his redshirt junior year, 28 touchdowns, 8 picks with a 67.8. He finished his career with 61.8. Has this taught us anything? Jamarcus Russell was a bust. Don't even get me going into it because my brother knows somebody that actually knows him. I remember seeing him come out on the field after he got drafted or came in, did something, whatever, it was something, but he, shortly after he was drafted in a Coogee sweater looking like Biggie Smalls. We're talking about someone who is, 6'5", and he's like 265. So I guess they was doing the Dante Culpepper thing, but Dante Culpepper actually took his craft serious. This young man didn't. And so I can understand, or I can overstand why you go, okay, let's do this. Even though I'm like, that doesn't look good. It doesn't look good because he looks like he's overweight. A quarterback has no business being 265, 255. Barely 245 unless you're sitting on a 6'6" frame. Right? But at the very least, with Russell, he gave you a BCS championship, All SEC first team, and the Manning Award. What did Anthony Richardson give Florida? Nothing. He gave them a career record of 6-7. Barely over 50%. But because he wowed them at the combine, they took his chance and took him at 4. Then, not only that, I'm like, okay, whatever. I let the brother slide. What do we do then? Yeah, his first game, he did pretty good and stuff like that. He shows flashes. Richardson shows flashes. But when people say, well, he hasn't played a lot. And what the fuck is he doing getting drafted number 4? You don't draft something on he didn't play a lot. It should be based upon his career and what he actually did in the game. How is general managers, GMs, still walking and have a fucking job and then get another job even if they get fucking fired? This kid played in 9 fucking games. No, well, let me see. 9. Well, hold on. Let me see. Yeah, he finished 8-7. He played 8-7. So 17 games in 3 fucking years, in 4. I mean, hold on. I'll take that back. That's his whatchamacallit. He played, no, I'm good. That was his pro shit. He literally played in 13 games, which is a season technically. He gives you a 6-6 record, and he's 54.7, and he wowed you because he's 6'4", 235, 240, and built like an outside linebacker, and has a strong arm, but he's not accurate. First and foremost, as I said this before, my quarterbacks that I look at don't have to be built like that. What does that tell you? All your great quarterbacks don't have no massive fucking build. They don't have no massive build. So why are you drafting this kid? Based on what? And then he has a does he ends up on a podcast, I think with Shannon Sharp, somebody, I forget who it was, and he literally said, and his career has been down the drain since then. He literally said, he said, well, college game was more difficult than that of the pro game. Really? How do you say that? He hasn't been the same since. Shoulder, this, that. It's always something with this cat. How do you not see that? As a quarterback, see, you could pull shit like that off if you're playing any other position, but not quarterback. There's a reason behind that. Now, see, I used to play that game, and I still kind of play it, but play the game when it's like they got this issue with black quarterbacks, and it's the attention span. What kind of practice player are you? What's your work ethic? What are you really trying to accomplish? You're not trying to accomplish anything if you're sitting there with a 54.7% percentage rate and you have flashes and he gets top 4 money. And now, I think he's a bust. Oh, you think? I thought he was that coming in at the 2022 season. What happened to you being a quarterback that has a rich career? Johnny Manziel had a rich career. Lamar Jackson. It's tons of quarterbacks that not really put Lamar Jackson in that thing, but it's quarterbacks that had great careers in college, and you see where it could be, but then it just doesn't work out. It happens. I understand. It happens. But with this kid, 13 starts? 13 starts? That's it? And you draft him based on what? This guy's Jamarcus Russell 2.0. And it's even worse. And then you got Daniel Dimes, again, another person that comes in from a basketball school. Who the fuck could take anybody serious from Duke? And if their name is not fucking Christian Laettner, even in the basketball realm, what Duke player ends up being the shit? Whether it's Danny Ferry, whether it's Christian Laettner, whether it's Jason Williams, whether it's goddamn even Grant Hill's the closest. And a lot of that because of that bullshit Hall of Fame that they have. Take your college career and add it onto your pros and go from there. But if you really get down to it, it's like, what are we talking about? So Grant Hill would probably be that one, but even that is on some bullshit because it's based upon what you did as a college basketball player. This kid hasn't proven anything. And this is his last year. Now you got Daniel Dimes, who puts up 33 points. I think there were 3 or 4 touchdowns because he has the ability to do that. And he shows flashes, but he is inconsistent. Yet he still got drafted. So my thing is this here. Why was Anthony Richardson taken at number 4? And why is the GM, because he might be, I don't know, still even have a job? And this means to me that this kid is not going to make it. Got a shitload of money. Number 4 pick. All because he wowed him with his arm and his body and whatnot and his arm strength there at the combine. I thought the NFL was more integral than that. But evidently they're not. There's no way I'm taking this kid who barely fucking played any college football. If we're going to go by that, then what the fuck what's the use of even playing college ball? Hang out, fuck around, find your workout person and shit like that, come out of high school, jive like go to college if you want to, or whatever, and stuff like that, and then show up at the fucking combine. And wow them in the combine and get this fucking money. This is the shit that I'm talking about that makes me sick. Now, I'm going to take you back a little bit. I remember Joe Namath. coming out of Alabama. Joe Namath, generational arm talent, because he was throwing the ball like nobody else was throwing it. And now everybody pretty much throws like that. If you look at about coming in 1964, 65, all them other guys throwing the ball like they was throwing fucking shot puts, not to him. And that was based upon also the way the ball was shaped at the time. So, got to factor that in. Joe Namath gave you like 4 hell of a years and whatnot. Anything else after that was you see some shades here and there. Fucked up knee and the whole 9 yards. Barely played in Alabama, but he has a national championship. Got suspended from the team. But Sonny Warbling saw something in him. We're trying to take this game, this AFL league, to another level. He's going to bring the broads to the game, which he did. He brought swagger and all that kind of shit. $400,000 contract. 4,000 yards. Never had done before. Guaranteed the Super Bowl. Won the Super Bowl for AFL against the mighty NFL. Therein lies the difference. Anthony Richardson doesn't have that, y'all. At this particular point. He shows flashes. And the only reason I brought up Namath because everybody looks at Namath, his way of having more interceptions than touchdown passes. I said, well, you got to look at what he brought to the game and what he did to the game at that time. He was the perfect storm with him and Sonny Warbling. He's the perfect storm. These guys are not the perfect storm like that. So ask yourself, why is Anthony Richardson even that high? And why are we not surprised? I'm not surprised. Why would I be surprised? There's no reason to be surprised. Because the young man at this particular point in time hasn't showed he can stay healthy and hasn't showed. I said, is he studying? And now you throw the NIL shit in there and all this other stuff that comes up in the college ball now. It's like all these quarterbacks going to even be ready to even play. And they're not developing quarterbacks. They're developing hype. And it's like, dude, that's all you got? Let's look at this. 6'4", 244. That's just 23, 24. The 2023 draft and stuff. He went 2-2, then he got hurt. He showed some flashes. He showed flashes last year. He's 8-7. Has a winning record, 8-7. Went 6-5 last year and 11 starts. 47.7. He is at a 50.6 percentage rate. This is not the 50s or 40s, 50s or 60s, ladies and gentlemen. This is 2020. This is in the 2020. How in the fuck do you get a quarterback who's only raised his percentage average no more, who basically dropped 6 to 7 fucking points? But he's taking number 4? Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. So I'm seeing Jamarcus Russell, who at this time only played 3 years and had a better pro career, if we're going to look at it that way. And now Anthony Richardson is probably going to lose his fucking job, which he already has, to Daniel Dimes, who used the shoulder as a issue to Daniel Dimes. See, GMs need to get fired. He did not. So I talked to my boy. He's like, well, he didn't play enough. What the fuck is that? What the fuck does that even mean? He didn't play enough in college. Whose fucking fault is that? He played. He had a whole year where he started fucking 12 fucking games, 12 or 13 games, 12 games, and that's all he put up. I'm like, where is this? Where is this at? Where is it? Where is the hype coming from? The same with the Mike Malamua shit. He's the one that changed the game when it came to that. But he could do that. Why? He's a defensive end / outside linebacker. You could pull that shit there. You cannot. Not at number 4. So how the fuck is this guy going at number 4 and now barely barely 23, 24 years old, possibly is getting ready to be out of the NFL based upon his performance. NFL, you need to do better, man. You need to do better. Y'all have already fucking up the game. How is this guy doing this? How is this guy here doing this? He shows a flash here and there. Not even a consistent flash for 4 or 5 games. He shows a flash or two in a game. It's Jamarcus Russell 2.0, y'all. And then Jamarcus Russell going to try to make a comeback. I'm like, too late, homie. And I knew when I saw Jamarcus Russell in that Coogee sweater looking like Biggie Smalls, I'm like, he's too fat to fucking play quarterback. He's too goddamn fat. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. He's built like a fucking lineman. But because he had his big arm, he jigged you out of fucking money. And you want to talk shit about him and keep the same general manager. When he goes, that fucking general manager needs to go. And possibly the fucking coach. All that's been, but at the very least, he had a decent college career with a national championship. It's tons of quarterbacks that won national championships that don't do shit. To explain to me how this guy here, and we're not going down the same road with him. How are we not going down the same road with him? So he has to get it together this year. He has 16 games to hopefully get his toe in there. They're not developing quarterbacks like they used to, man. The kid has flashes. He has all the physical intangibles. But it has to be up here. And if you're not developing this up here, you're not going to make it in the NFL. Even as soft and as bitchy as the NFL as a quarterback, you're not going to make it, homie. You're not going to make it. And I don't understand. I don't understand what was the hype. I'm like, what did he do? Lamar Jackson went 32, and look at the last 2 years of his career. Heisman Trophy winner, All-American, drug his team. Every award you can name, he made it. And you want to sit up there and take him at 32? Even with Patrick Mahomes, with all the things he did, and you going... I don't understand it, man. But like I said, man, again, like I tell you guys, there is no GOAT, no greatest of all time as long as time's still going on. Like I guys tell you, numbers don't lie, and they don't, and get emotional. But people do. You guys have a good one.